Hello everybody. Hello everybody. Hi everybody. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. We are moving and we are moving this weekend. We should be in by Sunday. So I'm just letting you guys know with yet another fight with the fiber company. The fiber company told us that they will be coming to our house next week Tuesday to come fix our problem. Our internet won't be set up for a while. They just let me know that it might be another 2 weeks. So hopefully they stick to their promise this time and that they actually do come through for us and fix our problem. And I haven't forgotten about YouTube or you or anything. I'm really trying. Hello everybody! Oh my gosh, it feels so amazing to say that. You guys don't understand the frustration that I have had to go through in the last month and a half just to get back onto the internet. So I thought, what better way to make my comeback, a story time video about what happened with our internet. He's trying to get my attention. For what reason I do not know. What's wrong? Did you? I wasn't rejected. So I'm going to tell you guys a story of how we finally got our internet back. Hallelujah. So for those of you who do not know, we moved. You can obviously see that by my background. I'm in my kitchen currently. So we moved to an area that is a little bit closer to my husband's work and just in a better area overall. It wasn't a very safe area where we used to stay, and there was a lot of dog fighting activity going on in the area, so we decided it would be best to rather just move to a safer location. Guys, if you see something weird, like I don't have a bra on and I'm sitting in my pajama pants right now. Yeah, that's me. This house to get was a breeze. It was absolutely fantastic. The agent and I came here on a Monday. We looked at all 4 units because it is a complex. We looked at all the units. I applied for all the units. I was accepted into all the units, and I decided on this unit for the main reason the owner is very friendly and he offered to put in a gate for Peanut because it is fully fenced but there isn't a gate, and he offered to put in the gate and he was really sweet about it. So yeah. So we got this new house. It is extremely small compared to the other house, but it's so much better. It's so much more modern, and it's small and it's comfortable and it's in a great area and it's surrounded by people. But we've been staying here for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. I got internet 2 days ago. So I was, so annoyed. I had breakdowns, I had meltdowns, I went crazy. I had no idea what to do anymore because this company was driving us insane. So you get the service provider and you get the fiber company. So we keep calling the service provider because that's what you're supposed to do, asking them, listen, what's going on? Because they did tell us that they already put in the fiber lines before we moved in so that we don't have to worry about it when we are in. So they can just come connect and then we are set. And then every time they would have a different story. So we thought it might take like a week, maybe 2 weeks to get everything sorted out. No. They wouldn't give us an answer ever. Eventually we decided to take matters into our own hands and start phoning the fiber company. We got a hold of the number for the fiber company and we started phoning them. Now, I would normally phone them and ask them, listen, what's up? And they'd be like, oh no, we still have to come install the lines. Every single time I phoned them, I would tell them the lines are already installed. And then they would just come back and say, oh, but it isn't. Our note says that the lines aren't installed yet. Like, dude, the lines are literally in my cupboard. It's installed outside. It's in my cupboard. You just have to come connect it to the box. Like, please come. Just come check it out and you will see that you are wrong. So every time they'd be like, unfortunately, it is policy to go according what the developer said and not what the customer said, because the developers know more. The same thing happened with our neighbor and their neighbors and their neighbors. None of us have internet. All of our lines have been installed. None of us have internet. So all of us would phone them every single day and hammer them and say, listen, what is going on? Our lines are installed, but we are not connected. What is going on with the fiber? And they'd be like, no, your lines aren't installed. We need to wait for the developers to set up a building plan on where they're going to do it and when they're going to do it, and this could take weeks. Then every time all of us would say, listen, just come check the lines are in, and they'd be like, sorry, no. So that's the first place where they screwed up. The second place is they sent us forms. Now, before we moved in, our agent had to sign consent forms, giving consent that they can work on the fiber lines here. She signed them for all the units and sent them back in. When I phoned 3 weeks after being in this unit, I would phone them and a guy would say to me, oh, you still have to sign the consent forms. Me thinking it's completely different consent forms, asking, okay, just send it straight to me and I will make sure it gets signed. Then I phone our landlord. She says, well, she did sign it, but okay, fine. And I sent it through and it's exactly the same form. She signed it, sent it back. 2 weeks later, they send me more consent forms. Exactly the same consent form saying, we never signed consent forms. How bad are you at your job if you lose not one set but 2 sets of consent forms that have already been signed, giving consent that you can build the lines into the property when it's already been built in? How bad are you at your job? How bad do you have to be at your job to screw up something so simple as consent forms? I don't get it. So every single day I would get a different story. I have yelled at them multiple times. I have cried on the phone. I have been a mess on the phone with them. Every day speaking to someone else. And we wouldn't get anywhere. Then we got a bill for the month from our service provider. That's when my husband sent him an email and he was like, we are not paying this because you didn't help us. We are doing all the work to get to the fiber company. You're doing nothing. And it's actually your job. And we haven't had internet for a month, which isn't fair to make us pay for internet that we haven't had for a month. So they finally came back to us and said, okay, fine, they will freeze the account until the internet is back on. Fine. So now let's fast forward to last week, the final week before they finally installed the internet. I phoned them on Monday. We have to wait for the developers for an appointment. I phoned them on Tuesday. We have to wait for the developers for an appointment. I phoned them on Wednesday. I spoke to a guy named Jason. So I have a breakdown, okay, a complete mental breakdown, and I cry my eyes out and I'm like, dude, this is my job. I cannot be without internet because not only do I have YouTube, but I have another job where I need the internet to get anything done. So I'm like, dude, this is my job. I'm not getting paid. I'm about to send you guys the bill for all the money that I've lost. Sorry, I've been a bit under the weather lately. So I'm like, what are you going to do about this? And I have a complete breakdown, and this guy felt so sorry for me. It was obvious. And I'm like taking advantage of this, keep crying. And I'm like, please, dude, please, you need to help me. And I'm crying my eyes out. And finally he's like, okay, I just spoke to the developers. They say they can see on the building structure that the lines are already installed. So I'm like, I know, that's what I've been telling you guys. It's already been installed. Why can't you listen to me? All of us have been telling you guys it's already been installed. It's already been installed. It's already been installed. 5 million times we have all told you it's already been installed. Now you're telling me they will phone me because they can see that it's already been installed. Like, who at your offices are not doing their job? Honestly, like, who isn't doing their job? Because someone needs to get fired. Anyway, let's carry on. So Friday comes and Friday is almost gone. No call. I phone and I ask to speak to Jason. And I'm like, I need to speak to Jason. And they go, what about? And I'm like, it's something that me and Jason discussed. And he's like, no, I need to know what it is about. I can't just put you through. It could be a personal call. Bro, are you serious? Like, it's not a personal call, but whatever. So I'm like, we have this situation, and he said the developers will phone me today, and they didn't. So he's like, your address, please. So I'm like, I just told you what the situation was, and I want to speak to Jason. Can you please put me through to Jason? Because I like Jason, because he's nice, and he actually tried to help me, and I don't trust anyone else at your offices but Jason, because Jason actually tried to freaking help me, and it seems like you're about to not help me either. So I want to speak to Jason. So he's like, sorry, no, ma'am, I can't put you through to Jason because you need to speak to me now. So I'm like, this is my address. Can I speak to Jason now? So he's like, oh, I'm actually the one who has been working on your address the whole time. So I'm like, oh, guy, person, Joshua, you're about to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. Why have I been struggling? So I give this guy the 3rd degree. I'm like, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. What is going on? Why are you not helping us out? And he's like, okay, well, I can see what I can do, and I can get the developers to schedule an appointment for you as soon as possible. And I'm like, how long is this gonna take? So he's like, it could be weeks, it could be months. I was about to lose my mind. My husband is a sweetheart. My husband is the sweetest person on the planet. He never yells at anyone. When I yell at people, he just normally steps back and just stays out of it. Okay, so he's like a gentle soul. So I lied to this guy, and I'm like, you can be so happy right now. You can thank your stars that my husband isn't the one on the phone with you, because he will make you cry. I promise you this now. He will make you cry, and he will make you regret the day you were born, and you can be happy that I'm the one on the phone right now. I'm actually being nice. Obviously lying. And I have another breakdown, lose my temper completely, start crying, and this guy's like, he will see what he can do. So I'm like, what can I do? Like, what is it gonna help? So I put the phone down, and this is where some of you will remember I created a little video that I posted saying, I'm sorry, this is what they said. They said that they will see what they can do, but it could take more weeks and blah, blah, blah. But in this video, you can see that I was crying and I was upset. At the moment of shooting it and uploading it, I didn't notice how sad I looked. And that's when people started asking questions. They're like, are you okay? What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. And unfortunately, my husband saw this video. Now, my husband, like I said, he's a sweetheart. I think I've seen him angry once before, and that was at me. So he doesn't fight or anything. He came home that Friday evening. He walked into this house and he freaked the hell out. He was freaking out so much, and he was yelling, not at me, but about the whole internet situation. He was so upset, and he was like, take that book and start writing now. So I'm like, yes, boss. And I start writing, and he's like, your company is useless, your company this, your company this, your company this, blah, 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 blah. Everything that he was gonna say to them on that Monday morning when they open. So I'm like, all right. My husband is about to freak out, and I'm not going to stop him. So the whole weekend goes by. Monday, like first thing, he phones them. This is what happened when my husband phoned them. This guy answered the phone, Joshua, the guy that's been working on our stuff, So my husband phones and he's like, hi, can I please speak to Joshua? And Joshua goes, hi, this is Joshua. How may I help you? And he's like, yes, this is Mr. Myberg speaking. And Joshua goes, oh, yes, Mr. Myberg, sir. All right, so your appointment is scheduled for next week, Tuesday. They will come and set everything up for you. So Mike went like, oh, okay. And you're sure about this? And he's like, yes, Mr. Myberg, yes, I'm very sure. And then Mike is like, oh, okay. And he puts down the phone. And then he was very upset because he didn't get to yell at anyone. So Tuesday morning, first thing when they open iPhone, and I'm like, I want to speak to Joshua. And now it's a different guy called Caleb. So Caleb goes like, what is this refer to? And I'm like, no, you guys are going to stop doing that. I want to speak to Joshua right now because he's working on a lot. And he's like, can I please have your address? So I give him my address and I'm like, I want to speak to Joshua, dude. I do not want to speak to you right now. And he's like, oh, but you guys are scheduled for later on today. So I'm like, yeah, I just actually wanted to check that we are still on for that. And he's like, oh yes, you are all set. The guy came, it took this guy, he was blocked out for 4 hours. 4 hours. Probably thinking they would have to put in new lines. When he got here, it took him 15 minutes. 15 minutes. It took him 15 minutes to set our internet up. Everything was fine. Everything was working. Everything was back in order. No problems whatsoever. 15 minutes. We didn't have internet for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. And it took him 15 minutes. So the lines are back on. Our internet is working. I haven't uploaded a video in 6 weeks. So this will be my comeback video, me yelling and screaming and having a little bit of a panic attack and freaking out and showing you my pajama pants. But I'm back and I'm ready for this thing and we are coming back hard. Stay tuned. This is going to be great. My comeback is going to be amazing. So yes, I just wanted to let you guys know I am back. This is what happened. The story with the horrible landlord, the story with the new great landlord, the new house. I will, when we are done doing everything we need to do, we are settled in, but there's still some things in the garage we need to sort out, and I want to get some more furniture to move around. So as soon as everything is done and settled in, I will do a house tour and you guys can see our new house. But the sun is shining through my mirror over there and it's about to hit my face like. But anyway, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!